Three position doorway stretch. Now, you're probably not going to have this kind of setup with some guy sitting above you when you do this stretch. But what you are going to do is come into a doorway, and Matt is super tall. So this is the only time that my head is ever going to be above his, how tall this guy is. So what you're going to do is go into a doorway, just a normal, regular frame doorway. Large doorway frame probably won't work for you unless you're around 6'3", 6'4". So if you are really tall like that, a squat rack like you see here can work really well. The first position of the three-position doorway stretch, which again, you're very likely going to just do this in a regular doorway, not on a squat rack. What you want to have is you want to have your forearms. Notice how Matt's forearms here are pressed against this bar. So they're against this bar here. They're pushing, you can't really see too well, but they're pushing on the inside here. And the reason why is it's creating an external rotation. So it's rotating his shoulder backwards. And that's what you want. So you not only want to have stretching in this direction to stretch the pecs and all of the anterior shoulder girdle on each side simultaneously, but you also want this pressure where what Matt's doing is his balls of his feet are in the center of the doorway there, or what would be a doorway for you, and he's kind of tilting, he's leaning forward slightly, and in that leaning, it's creating an external rotation to the shoulder. So that's the foundational position. Then in this first position, what you're going to do is you're going to look up about 40 degrees of what we call cervical extension, and then you're going to make this funny face like Matt's making here. And what's that? And what that is doing is it's stretching the sternocleidomastoid muscles on both sides. And when these muscles get tight, they start to create that forward head aging posture, and you don't want that. So that's the first position. You're going to hang out there for about 20 seconds feeling the stretch. Then you're going to come back to neutral, and then you're going to look to the side, either side next. There you go, but not that far. You're going to go about halfway to your full rotation. So if we go from center and we go just halfway to as far as you could, only halfway, then what you're going to do is look up slightly again, and then do that funny face where you're telescoping. You're reaching the chin out. So as you reach the chin out, that's going to increase the stretch in those cervical flexors. Come back to a neutral position, centered after those 20-second stretch, and then look to the other side and repeat and hold for 20 seconds. That would be your first position. Second position is you're going to slide those elbows down a few inches below the shoulders. So now notice how Matt's elbow is getting a little lower, lower than the shoulder, so definitely lower than the shoulder. And now he's going to, because you're starting to get a little more mobile because you're hanging out in this position, so you're going to go forward with your feet about an inch or 2 inches, and then again, stay leaning, kind of like falling a little bit into the doorway, but not with a forward head posture. Then simply in the second position, you're just going to look now all the way to the right or left. So this is what we call cervical rotation. You're looking all the way to the right or left. Hold for about 20 seconds, and then go ahead and look to the other direction, holding for about 20 seconds. That's the second position of the three-position doorway stretch. The third position is we're going to reach all the way down to where you're really having to kind of reach, right? So you feel that reach. You might even feel a stretch in the biceps, okay? In this position, in the third position, we have three things that you can do with the head. One is optional. I'm going to show you that first. The optional position is simply what you did in the first arm position, with the head up slightly, telescoping the chin, looking to the right side, telescoping the chin for about 20 seconds, looking to this side. How do you know whether that would be good for you or not? If that would be good for you to add to this third position also, is if you're someone who has this forward head position. If you have a forward head position in your posture, then this is going to be a stretch you'd want to add to this. The two positions you'll do no matter what in this third position of the arms is looking all the way to the right, just like you did in the second position of the arms. Looking all the way to the left, 20 seconds each. Then you're going to do a lateral cervical flexion, which simply means bringing the left ear to the left shoulder and then the right ear to the right shoulder. Doesn't matter which direction you go first, but it's same side ear to the shoulder. And go ahead and let's do that again, Matt. And you're gonna stay reaching for about 20 seconds. And so what Matt's doing is he's stretching all these upper trapezius muscles and the levator scapulae. So all these muscles that get so commonly tight for people here in the side, we're stretching those, and then we're going to the other side. This is an amazing stretch you can do before workouts, after workouts, and also would be awesome and a great idea for you to do if this is a prescribed exercise for you, to do every morning when you wake up.